Hi, in this video I want to show you some issues in programming with pure data. Specifically, I'm going to talk about deterministic behavior. So here I have two programs. They look exactly the same. Without getting into details of how they were programmed, I want to basically show the rationale. So we have a number here on top. This number is connecting its outlet to the two inlets of a box that has a plus here. So this is an addition operation, and the addition operation goes to the a number that is gonna help us to display the result. So if you look at these two programs, they look identical, right? So let's start with remembering that these two inlets are what we call the hot inlet and the cold inlet. And the cold inlet doesn't produce an output. It only sets the argument here of this box, which is currently in existence in both boxes. And the hot inlet is the actual inlet that produces an output, right? So if I write a number, say, for example, if I add 10, what I would expect from this program is that the output will be 10 plus 10, right? But we got only 10. That's weird. Let's see this other program, which is apparently identical. So in this case, if I do 10, the output is 20. That's the expected value. The difference between these two programs visually, there's no difference visually between these two programs. It's in the way that I connected these two inlets which make the difference. So let me repeat that process so you can see that. So again, I'm gonna create a number here. And if I connect first this outlet to this inlet and then this outlet to this inlet, I will get the weird behavior I was talking about. So 1 plus 1 supposed to be 2, but I got a 9. Let's say now it's a 1, right? So this 1 is coming here, adding to whatever it was in this object and outputting the sum of those two. So now it has also set this current value of the argument to 1. So whatever I put next is going to add 1 to it and output it. So if I put 2, the output should be 3. And if I put 5 now, it's going to be 7. So this is very difficult to debug because apparently it looks fine. So the right way to do it, instead of using this double connection here, is to use box that is called a trigger. And it's a special box that will help us with this. So I'm gonna say that I'm gonna trigger a float and a float. And now I can put my number here. So I can connect the output of the number to the input of the trigger object and the output of the trigger object to the addition here. Now there are two outlets. This object will first send the output to the rightmost outlet, in this case here, and then to the next, to the leftmost outlet, so in that order from right to left. So I will connect this one here and that one there. So effectively, when I change this number here, it's gonna first send the output here, and then it's gonna set the argument of this addition to that number. And then after that, I will come back here and it's gonna be output through the leftmost inlet and add it to itself. So if I type 10, it will be 20. This is equivalent of writing, so I'm gonna write two different programs, two more programs. This is equivalent to say, I'm using Command D to copy that. Yeah, this box is too long. I can abbreviate that by saying trigger, only the T, and F, it will Pure Data will understand that you mean float. So that's much better. And the last program would be without trigger, just connecting the output of the number to the rightmost inlet first, and then to the leftmost inlet next. So if I type 10 again, I've got the right result. Now, this was an error, so I'm gonna put here error. And this program on the right is very concise, right? But it's difficult to read. This one on the left is very easy to read, but it's too big. So it's up to you what to choose. You can be very verbose by writing everything here, or somewhat in the middle by just using the abbreviation of trigger, or just connecting directly the inputs if you will remember the way you did it. So if you decide to go this way, be careful. You can get unexpected results if you are not careful in what you're doing. All right, that's all.